Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Good day everyone. Welcome to Marinais Powerhouse Team Review and Training Center. So this is the first of a kind and the only electrical engineering review center giving these free services. No, we are conducting actually the study of electrical engineering. No, actually since last year of August. No, we are starting. We started this program. No. So welcome to our Facebook viewers, no? Whatever your nationality may be, whether you are a Filipino, non-Filipino, no? Whether you are Americans, Europeans, there is a possibility, no, of some students who are not Filipino watching our lectures, no? Because this will be uploaded in our YouTube channel. So we welcome everyone, no, for this study. We call this as study electrical engineering. This is a very long study of electrical engineering. Every week we are doing this every Thursday here in our country in the Philippines, 4:30 p.m. up to 7 p.m. Okay. Well, whatever your time may be in your country, good day everyone. And hope you enjoy watching this in our channel. Okay, so we have our topic for today. Now, my name is Engineer Reggie Marina. I am a registered electrical engineer and a registered master plumber. No? So you can call me Kuya Reg. Now, we have our topic for today. We have the part 2 of the operation with the complex number. Okay, we already discussed the conversion. We discussed already the conversion of rectangular to polar, polar to rectangular last week. And today, we will now discuss the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, even the conjugate of a complex number. Okay, so let us start now our lesson for today. So we have for number 1 example. Okay, so we have here, I think mali ito, no? This is wrong. It should be 2 plus J4. 2 plus J4. Okay, so 2 plus J4, no? So let us put J here. So this is 2 plus J4 plus 3 minus J1. So we are asked to find the addition. How are we going to add these two vectors? No? Okay, so I will write this first, no, in our board. Let's go here for our example number 1. Okay, so I will write 2 plus J4. Okay, and then we have to add 3 minus J1. 3 minus J1. Okay. So, we said that the 2 here is what we call the real number. And the 3 here is also the real number. Okay. The one with the J is what we call the imaginary number. No? It's like what we discussed last week. Okay. So, what we're going to do here is to add first our real. So, real plus real. So, we have here, so 2, okay, plus 3. Okay, then we have to put a J here. Okay, automatic this should be plus J. And then, what we're going to do here is to plus, this is positive 4, I mean, that is 4, then plus, okay, so we have here negative 1, should be negative 1, negative 1. Okay, so this is plus negative 1. In algebra, so if this is 4, okay, this is 4 plus, so we have here negative 1, okay, because of this. 4 plus negative, okay, negative 1. So negative 1. Okay, in algebra, so this will just become This is positive times negative, so that will become negative, right? So put here negative. So we have here 1. Okay? So 4 plus negative 1. Okay? So positive times negative, negative. Now, unlike signs, negative. Like signs, positive. Okay? So we better consider our algebra. Okay? So to our viewers, no, you should know uh, the basic principles of algebra. So if you really want to become an engineer, because we have so many viewers who are uh, from high school graduate to technology to electrical engineering students, no? So we also want to help these students, no, who are high school graduates who want to become an engineer. Because here in our country, in the Philippines, there is what we call the ETF program. This is the ETF program is this is a shorter version of study. No? You can graduate only for 1 year, no? In any engineering courses. If you are a high school graduate, at least, or the equivalent is grade, that will be grade 12 now, no? Because of the K to 12, no? So 1 year only, no? You want to study electrical engineering. If your age is 25 years old and above, and you have at least 5 years experience as a technician, so you can be an engineer instantly, no? Instead of studying engineering for 4 years or 5 years, no? So, well, before it is a 5 year course, no? I think now it's only 4 year course because of the K to 12 system in our country now. Okay? So this ETF program is this is an expanded tertiary education equivalency appreciation program. So only for 1 year you can graduate BS in electrical engineering, any engineering courses, civil, mechanical, electrical. So in our specialty is electrical engineering. So to all technicians or electricians out there, if you want to become an electrical engineer, especially if you have more than 5 years experience, even though you are a high school graduate and you are 25 years old and above, you can be an engineer in just 1 year. Shall we say a little more than 1 year? No? 1 year and 4 months, less than 1.5 years only, including your review program. No? Once you graduate in this program, so you count 4 months for your board exam preparation and the licensure exam. Then you can now be an electrical engineer. No? Can also be, if you want, electronics, civil. No? It's a shortcut program, no? Being offered by our government here in the Philippines. So I think all technicians must grab this. If you can, no? If you have a bigger dream, no? Catch this. You better avail this a very good opportunity. Okay, you want to have an engineering license. Okay, now again, we are given this complex number. You have to add the real number. Okay, you have to add these real numbers. The 2 and 3 are real numbers. So, ito po, real number to ha, mga kawerpa. Okay guys, these are real numbers. And the 4 and negative 1 are what we call the imaginary number. Imaginary number. The one with the J, no? So if you have your 4J, so meaning your 4 This portion is an imaginary number, the one with the j. Okay? Negative j1. So that is imaginary number. Okay, now let's proceed. So 2 plus 3, so this is 5. And then, what about this 1? So 4 minus 1, so we have 3. So this is plus j3. So this will be our answer. This will be our answer. No? This will be our answer. So we have here, so 5 plus j3. Okay, everybody in the Zoom, let's have a little workshop in your seats. Do you have your calculator? Okay. Again, let us recall the conversion. How to convert this? I teach you two ways. Okay. Now one is, if you have your mode 1 in your calculator, you press mode 1. Press mode 1. Again, let us have mode 1 in your calculator. Mode 1. Okay. Okay. You press shift. If you see, I wrote S. S means shift. Okay. S means shift. Mode 1, you press now shift. Then you press plus sign. S plus sign. Okay. The display in your calculator will be all open parentheses, right? This will be the display in your calculator. All open parentheses. Okay. Then you press 5. Okay. So you press 5 here. Okay. So the display, you will have your 5. And then you press shift. Again, you press now S. Then the close parenthesis in your calculator. Did you see the close parenthesis? The one above in number 9. You have your number 9 here. This is the close parenthesis. Tanggalin mo nga. The one, this is our number 9. So this is the close parenthesis. This one, this button. Okay. Then you will see, if you press the shift, that is color brown, right? Meaning you are calling all color brown here. If you press the close parenthesis, you will see a comma. That is color brown, right? In your calculator. Okay. Plus 5, shift, close parenthesis, you will see a comma, right? So, shift, comma. Okay. Then you press now 3. You press 3, then close parenthesis. Okay. So you will see 3 here, then close parenthesis, right? This will be the display in your calculator, right? Then you press now equals. Okay. Upon pressing equals, after pressing equals, you will see this is 5.83. Okay. And then you will see theta. So to get the value of theta, you press your replay button here. This is your replay button, the arrow right here. You see? Then you will see now the value for theta. This is the value for theta. That is 30.96, this one. That is 30.96 degrees. So meaning, if you are to convert this 5 plus J3, so that will become 5.83 for angle of 30.96 degrees. You see? Did you get this, guys? Who among you got these values? Will you raise your hand? Okay, there's someone. Okay. Somebody got these values. Okay, I used here mode 1. Take note, I use mode 1. Mode 1. Okay, for the others, please try. Okay, so we have, please try this one. Okay, again, will you try this again? You convert this one. So we have here 5, okay, shift, plus, press mode 1, shift, plus. So we have here 5, shift, close parentheses. So you have your 3, open parentheses, close parentheses equals. So you will see there. Okay. So this is the polar form already. That is our polar form. Okay. Now, let us discuss this by complex addition. No? Addition of complex number can be done graphically. How is this? By graph. Because in electrical engineering, we will study a lot of phasor diagram or vector diagram. It's very important. We are going to plot this one by one. Okay. Please listen. Okay, makinig ha. Tingin dito ha. Paki-close up, partner. We have 2 plus J4. Okay, put a J here. This is 2 plus J4. So we have here 2 plus J4. So how to plot 2 plus J4 first? How to plot? Okay. So 2 means your x-axis, then your J4 is your y-axis. Your 2, you have 1, 2. Then we have your 4 for your J. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 J. See? From this point, this is 2, then you have your 4 from this point to the origin. So you will have here your 2 plus J4. That will be your vector or your phasor. This one, 2 plus J4. What about the other one here? We have 3 minus J1. Okay, you count 1, 2, 3. Then negative J1 is, that will be below here because that is negative. So this is now your vector or your phasor here. That will be your vector of 3 minus J1. Okay? Remember, we plot the two vectors, the two complex numbers. This is the 2 plus J4. This is the 3 minus J1. That is actually the given here. Okay? That is the given here. Then how to get now the total or the resultant? Okay. So this is what we call by parallelogram method, no, in physics. So we need physics here. So there are so many principles behind the complex number, because complex number is being studied third year, first or second semester in the 5-year electrical engineering course. So meaning that you should have a basic foundation of some mathematics subject or principles. So we have our 2 here, 2 plus j4. We have 3 minus j. In physics, you are going to project this. This is what we call the parallelogram method. You project this angle here on the tip of this 3 minus j1. That is the tip. You project the dimension of this 2 plus j4 here. That's why there is a broken line here. Then you have to, let us project the 3 minus j1 here. You see? It's 1. There you are. And then now, from the intersection, you project this, okay, using your ruler, okay? You project this. You have your broken line here. Then you project this. You have your broken line. This broken line is in parallel to this 2 plus j4. This broken line is in parallel to the 3 minus j1. Their intersection, okay, going to the origin, that will be your resultant vector, or what we call the vector sum. No? Yun pong ibig sabihin niyan. Siya yung vector sum natin. Ano po? Vector sum. Sige, para mas maintindihan, no? After, dito tayo sa board. Ayoko nung malabo eh. Gusto ko maliwanag. Okay. Sige, dito tayo. Okay, let us plot this. The first is 2, so you have 1, 2. Then you have j4. So this is 1, 2. Of course, this x-axis is your real component, and this is your imaginary component, wherein you have your j here, right? That is your y component. This is your x component, your real component. So you have your 2, 1, 2. Then you have your 4 plus j4. Okay? So this is 1, 2. Then the 4, it's somewhere here, right? There you are. That will be your 2 plus j4. And then you connect these 2 points, no? Okay? That will be your vector, 2 plus j4, or your complex numbers. Okay. So we have here our another vector, which is our 3. No? We have our 3 here. Where's that? The 3 is this one, 1, 2, 3. And then we have 3 minus j1, that is negative 1 here. Say somewhere here. There you are. So this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, let us plot here. This is negative 1. Okay, and this intersection is this one. You connect the intersection of 3 and negative 1 here. So you project this, and you project this one also. So this will be our 3 minus j1. Because we already projected these 2. Remember, we projected these 2 and our j4. So take a look. We have here 2 vectors. We have 2 vectors here. Okay? So let us project this. Let's say let us project this approximately. This one. Okay? Let us project this. Okay? We are to project this one. So you form a line that is parallel to this one. So let's say, assuming this is now the parallel line, I project this, okay, and I will have a line that is parallel to this line. So from this point, there you are, okay. So you will see here a an intersection. So this is the intersection. So therefore, you will have this one. So this will be your 5. This will be your resultant. Okay? Your vector sum. 5 plus j3. Huh? So, well, if you are to project this, of course, this is the real component and you have your 3 here as your y component. Your y component is what we call your imaginary part, imaginary portion. So please take note of that. So this is now the resultant, no? So yan ang pinaka-resultant niya. Okay? Okay? So we have here 5 actually. Or this length is how much? That length is 5.83. Please take note, no? This is 5.83. What is the angle of this? What is this angle? Of course, this is our calculated value of 30.96 degrees. Okay? So, we have 5.83. The magnitude or the modulus, the 30.96 is what we call your angle. Okay? That is your angle. Okay? Or your argument. Okay? Argument. Your angle is your argument. Your magnitude is your modulus or modulus. This one. Okay? So let us solve number 2. Example. Here, let us have the subtraction of complex numbers. How to subtract two complex numbers? Okay. How to subtract two complex numbers? Okay, let's do it this way. Take a look here. We have, again, should be 2 plus j4. Okay, 2 plus j4. Okay, this is minus 3 minus j1. Well, usually, if this is just 1, you can remove 1 here. Okay, you can remove this one. Understood that it has a magnitude of 1. Okay. Okay. So we have here, okay. So we have here our real number, 2 minus 3. So put here 2 minus 3. Take a look here, 2 minus 3, 2 minus 3. And then put here plus j. We have here 4. Okay. So 4 minus, and remember this is minus. Okay. So you have your J and your J. So 4 minus minus. What is minus minus? That is plus. Okay? That is plus. That should be 1 here. Okay? So 4 minus minus, that is plus 1. So put here 1. You see? Okay? So this is always plus J. Remember, because you already subtract 2 minus 3 here. 2 minus 3. Okay? And then you have your 4 minus 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 is plus in algebra. Again, you really have to review your algebra first because this is the last subject of mathematics. This is the advanced engineering math. Actually, we are our free lecture is actually AC circuit, but we decided to give you this for free because you need a knowledge of a basic of complex number before we discuss these AC circuits, before we discuss transformers, alternators, power systems. You should have this basic knowledge. Okay, are you getting me? Mga ka-aware pa? Nakukuha po ba? Okay. Actually, this is a shortcut electrical engineering program on air for free. Okay? Are you getting me? Mga ka-aware pa? Nakakuha ba? Okay, ha? Sige. So, this is, no? This is, let us simplify, let us simplify this. So, we have here 2 minus 3. That is negative 1. Isn't it? So, you have your plus J here. Copy plus J. 4 plus 1. So, this is 5. Got it? Okay, nakakuha po ba yan? So, nakuha. This will be our answer. Negative 1 plus J, 5. Real component is negative 1. Imaginary component is 5. Okay? So, let's take a look here for our graphical representation. Okay, take a look here, guys. Take a look. Okay, so let us have here this one. Please listen carefully. Well, if we have an engineering student or especially fresh graduate in electrical engineering, I have to apologize with you guys because my way of teaching is not your level. First, here, because we want to cater high school graduate technicians. We want to help them also because there are technicians who has a bigger dream of becoming an engineer. Well, if you are a high school graduate, 10 years working, of course, you already forgot these principles in algebra, isn't it? 20 years working, of course, there are so many. That is understandable for even you are an engineering graduate, you will forget these principles. You've been working for 10 to 20 years. No? Just like the one we have there. No? Mr. Ibastian Farmer. Okay? So, this is a refresher course. Although he is, from what I know, he is a BSE graduate, but still, he graduated, kailan ba? So, what's that? 31 years ago? Is that correct? Imagine, it's very hard to recall these principles if you are a 31 years ago graduate, even though you are an engineering graduate. So, it's so much more if you are an electrician, you are not you don't have an engineering background. So this is a very difficult thing for you. But that's why we are here to help you. That is why we are here to help you. Okay? I hope we have our technicians there watching us. Maybe you can share this video. No, this is a good news for to every technicians who has a bigger dream of becoming an engineer. Right? Then for our engineering students, this is a review for you. Okay, so everybody is welcome in this lecture. This is a free lecture on air. Okay, in YouTube, in Facebook. So, hey, let's continue. So we have here our 2 plus J4. So we already plot this. Actually, they have just the same given, no? In our example number 1. Parehas lang given nun, eh, no? Naging minus lang, eh. Napansin nyo? Okay? The difference is this. You plot this 2 plus J4. We plot this already. Here. That is 2 plus J4. What about the 3 minus J1? This is the 3 minus J1. Just like before, in our first example, parehas lang yon. Just the same, no? Okay. But what happens is if we negate the vector, if we negate, meaning there is a negative here, what happened to that particular vector? This is a negative 3 minus J1, meaning this vector becomes negative. What do we mean? Graphically, if we make it as a negative, what happened? Take a look. Graphical representation is very important in analyzing your voltage or current, no? In electric circuits, in machinery, is very important. Take a look here. What happened? We negate the 3 minus J1. So this is 3 minus J1. Go to the other side. That is collinear. What do I mean collinear? Again, this is mathematics. This is geometry. They should lie on the same line. You see? Because this is advanced mathematics. This is, kasi marami ng principle involved dito eh. Bago pinag-aaralan ng engineering, pan-third year. Ano kung may tatagalog yun? Englishin niyo, partner. Ang hirap mag-English. No? Well, please bear with us to our English-speaking students. Okay? You're not a Filipino. Please bear with us. From time to time, I'll be speaking our language in Filipino. Just a little bit. Tama ba yun? Little na bit. Okay? So we have here 3 minus J1 here. You see? Form a line that is collinear. Form a line. If you have your pencil, your ruler, form a line straight. Okay? Since it is negative, meaning it is on the different direction. Isn't it? I remember during those times, there is righties and lefties. You see? Righties, lefties. So, okay, if that is going to the right, opposite direction because of the negative, it should go to the left, which is collinear. Collinear meaning these two vectors lies on the same line. Get it? So you have this vector now. Who is this vector? That will be your negative 3 minus J1. There you are. Take a look. Paki-close up mo, partner. This is your negative 3 minus J1. Nakikita? Napakaliit. Okay. So, you distribute the negative. So, this will become negative 3. And then, negative, this will be positive J1. Okay? So, this is negative 3, positive J1. Okay? So, let us plot this. Of course, that will be your negative 3. Okay? Because this is in algebra, no? This is our X and Y plane. This is our Cartesian plane in algebra, actually. Okay? This is our Cartesian plane. So, we have negative 3, of course, that is on the left side. Okay? And then we have your J1. Your J means your Y component. So, you will have your positive 1. Okay? This is negative 3. Positive 1 is going up. That is why you have, from this point, going to the origin, you have this vector. And this vector is your negative 3 plus J1, isn't it? Then you have your vector here, 2 plus J4. Of course, you project this angle, no, must not affect. you project this, okay, here. Whatever the size of this, form a parallel line. This is your 2 plus J4. This is your 2 plus J4. They are parallel. Just project this here from the tip. This is also known as the tip-to-tail method. I remember in physics. So, this, this is the tip of 3, negative 3 plus J1. And this is the tail of this vector, 2 plus J4. I just project this size here. So, these two are in parallel. Then, let us project this. Let us project this vector, negative 3 plus J1 here. Form a line parallel to this line. So we have this one. From the tip of the 2 plus J4. Okay? So this forms a parallelogram, no? Or a rectangle. Or a parallelogram, no? Wherein you have two equal sides here in parallel. No? That's why it is a parallelogram. This line is parallel with this line. This line is parallel with this line. And their intersection here, going to the origin, is your resultant difference here. Resultant difference. Okay? This is now your equivalent. No? That is now your equivalent. Actually, that is our answer. Negative 1 plus J5. See? Are you getting me, mga kawerpa? Okay, you will not learn this in one sitting. No. You have to listen carefully. Then you practice in your own. Of course, you should have not necessarily book. If you have internet, you can make a research there in Google or even in YouTube. No? Take a look to some other lecturers also. Okay? But in Google, let's say you Google it, this about complex number. That's a big help. No? You research in your own some problems, then you solve it. You will never learn mathematics if you are just looking. No. That is the difference of mathematics. You should have your pen, your notebook, your paper, and your calculator. You should solve in your own. Okay? And of course, first, you listen carefully. So, I think we are finished with addition and subtraction. We are already finished with addition and subtraction. Okay. I will teach you addition of polar forms because this is addition of rectangular form. Isn't it? Okay? Addition ito ng rectangular form, di ba? Okay, first, everybody. Will you convert 2 plus J4 into polar form? Okay? Let's try. I'll put it here. Let's say, this is for number 1, but convert this into polar form. What will happen? Let's see. Okay, put your calculator in mode 1. Mode 1. Okay. So again, you convert this into polar form. Okay, so shift plus, I will not write it anymore. Okay, I assume you studied what we teach you last week. Okay. So, shift. Okay, again, put your calculator on mode 1. Mode 1. Okay. Okay. Mode 1. Okay. Shift plus sign. So you will see your pole. Open parenthesis. So you input 2. Okay. 2. Then shift. Comma. You need comma. Right? So you have your 4. Close parenthesis. Then equals. So let's have it 2 decimal places. We have here 4.47, 4.47 bar angle. Use arrow right. 2 decimal places. Come on. 63. 63.44. Kasi 43,495. Di bali 44 na to. So we have here 44 degrees. See? Okay. What about the other one here? The 3 minus J1. Okay. Shift, Paul, or shift plus, I mean, okay, just convert it. 3, shift, comma, negative 1. Okay. Negative 1. Then close parenthesis. So the negative 1, the negative sign is above the RCL button on the left side. If you are to press negative 1, take a look here. This is the RCL. This is the negative 1 here. Okay. Then equals. So we have 3.16. Then bar angle, use arrow right, negative 18.44. Negative 18.44 degrees. See? So, here. See this one? Okay. Using our calculator. Put your calculator on mode 2. Guys, mode 2. First, did you get this? Who among you got this value? Okay. Put your calculator mode 2, guys. Mode 2. Mode 2. Okay? So that will be complex number in your calculator. So we have to press 4.47. Then shift. You press shift. Negative. Okay. For this, no? Press 4.47. Then you press shift. Once you press your shift, then your negative sign. The display in your calculator will be 4.47 bar angle. Isn't it? Isn't it? Again. 4.47, shift, negative sign. So you will see the bar angle or the cis. This is what we call the cis. This bar angle. This bar angle is known as the cis. Okay? Pag merong cis, wala bang bro? Edit mo yun. Okay? So, this is the cis. 4.47 cis of what? Of course, you will press now 63. You should be in degree mode in your calculator. 63.44. By the way, if you buy a calculator, no? Of course, there is a manual. You better first read the manual of your calculator. It's very important. Once you buy a calculator, no? May tinda kami, kung gusto nyo bumili. So, this calculator, there is a manual here. You read your manual. Okay? That is an introductory guide for you. It's a big help. Okay? Actually, there is also instructions for complex number in your manual. No? If you bought this calculator, no? 570 ES plus of Casio. Okay. So you have your 63.44. Okay. Again, you press plus. Plus 3.16. Shift negative so that you will have again your Cs. Then you enter now the negative. Negative 18.44. Okay. Then the display, of course, in your calculator is this one already. What I have written here. Okay. Then after pressing that value, you press shift. S is shift 2, 3 equals. Okay. Okay, let us press shift 2, 3 equals. Okay, you press shift 2, 3 equals. Okay, the answer here will be 5.827244528 bar angle of 30.970971006. Isn't it? That is the answer. Or let us round this one off. No? What? Let us round off this. What is the answer here? 5 point, that will become 5.83. Then bar angle of 30.97. 30.97 degrees. That is just the same to our answer before. Take a look here. Dito tayo. Diba parehas lang, no? They're just the same, mga ka-welcome. Okay, guys? They're just the same. They're just the same. Okay. What about the subtraction of polar form? Okay. Just the same procedure. Actually, there's no difference. The only difference is, of course, you have to press minus, not plus. Okay. So, of course, take a look here. 4.47 bar angle 63.44 degrees. Okay, put here minus 3.16 bar angle negative 18.44 degrees. Just the same, just the same. Upon pressing all of this, no, after pressing all of this, once you input this in your calculator, you press now shift 2, 3 equals. What will be your answer in polar form? Let's see. Let's see. Again, mode 2 in your calculator. 4.47. Okay. Bar angle. You press shift negative 63.44 minus 3.16 bar angle or cis of negative 18.44. Okay. Then you press equals. Okay. Then you may press equals here. You may press equals after you input all of this. You press equals, then you press shift 2, 3 equals. So our answer would be what? This will be our answer. 5.09, that is 6687278. Okay. Seven, no? Okay. So what is the angle? Use the arrow right so that you will see the complete angle value, I mean. 101.304. Isn't it? Oh, by the way, we don't have a polar form earlier here. Take a look here. Our answer is -1 plus J5. Let us convert this into polar form. What will happen? Let's see. Again, mode 1 in your calculator. Mode 1. Pindot na ba? Mode 1. Magko-convert tayo, no? Mode 1 ang gagamitin natin. Okay, use mode 1. Okay? You press shift plus -1, then shift, comma, 5. Close parenthesis, equals. Okay. Our R, I will go directly here. Our R is 5.099. What about the theta? The angle here is the theta. Take a look. That is your cis of 101.3099. And that is approximately equal to this one. Okay? Isn't it? Nakuha po ba yun? Nakuha? So, equal ngayon siya doon. No? So, doon siya equal. Just the same. Just the same. I just showed to you what if you have your polar form. You are to add your polar form. Because here we add two rectangular form. Okay? Okay. Let us go now the multiplication. What about the multiplication process? I will not teach to you anymore the conventional way of this one. No? That is too long. No? In multiplying this. Take a look. Here. Again, this is our given. No? 2 plus J4. Okay? Multiplied by 3 minus J1. That is our given. Okay? Okay. 2 plus J4. No? What will happen first if you are to input this in your calculator? What will happen? Mode 2. Press your calculator in mode 2, guys. Mode 2. Mode 2. Then you input these values. Mode 2. What will happen? I just want to show you this one. What will happen? Okay, may mode 2 na tayo, no? You press mode 2. Okay, then open parenthesis. You press 2 plus J4. Okay? 2 plus, okay? How to have your J in your calculator? You press your ENG. That is above number 8. Sir, this is not J, this is I. Just the same. Just the same. In other book, that is I. I and J is just the same. Okay? Okay, 4, then close parenthesis. And then we have the open parenthesis here. So we have here 3 minus N. You press your N so that you will have your J. 1. Okay, close parenthesis. Okay. You press equals. What you will see in your calculator? Did you see this one? Syntax error. Tama ba? So what is the answer? Sir, the answer is syntax error. It's not in, you cannot find this in the choices, sir. Here, A, B, C, D. There's no syntax error in the choices. Okay? How is that, sir? Okay. I will show to you the conventional of this first. No? I will show to you this one. 2 plus J4 multiplied by, Okay, I think I need a space in our board here. Take a look. 2 plus J4. Okay? 2 plus J4 multiplied by 3 minus J. 3 minus J. You don't have to put 1 here anymore because automatic there is a 1 here. Automatic na yun, no? 2 plus J4, then 3 minus J. Okay. You are going to distribute this. Take a look here. You distribute this 2 times 3. Okay? Okay, I will solve this slowly but surely. Okay, 2 times 3. Okay, I will put here 2 times 3. Okay? And then, you distribute this one, guys, 2, this one. So, put here plus 2. Again, because of this 2. 2 times 3, this one. Then, another plus 2 times negative J. So, put here negative J. Okay? Then, what about here? J4 times 3. Here. Okay, so put here plus J4 times 3. Okay? Then another plus. What is that, sir? That J4 again times the negative J. Okay? So we have here J4 times the negative. Carry over the sign. No? That should be negative J. And always remember that our J or our I in your calculator is that square root of negative 1. That is an imaginary number. 2 times 3, 6. This is negative 2J. 4 times 3, positive 12J. Isn't it? Now, what about here? Take a look here. There is, what is positive times negative? I will have this one first. Take a look. What is positive times negative? In algebra, unlike sign, that is negative. Like signs is positive. Because this is unlike sign. Magkaiba sila. This is positive times negative. So put here negative. Okay, put here negative. Positive times negative is negative. Okay? Positive times negative is negative. So you have your J times your J. That will be your J squared, isn't it? Okay? Then, of course, you just have your 4 here. But remember, what is your J squared in your calculator or equivalent? What is J squared? Our J squared is simply equal to J multiplied by J. By algebra, J times J, so you have your exponent 1. J times J, copy J, then 1 plus 1, 2. So just simply J times J. Okay? Or, this is, what is your J again? Square root of negative 1. Okay? Then multiplied by square root of negative 1. So remember, in algebra, so this is negative 1. Negative 1. If you have to take the square root, you have to raise it by 1/2. Isn't it? Okay, please focus here. So again, you have your negative 1, so raised to 1/2. So therefore, this is our negative 1. Okay, by algebra, you copy the base, which is negative 1. Then you have to add 1/2 plus 1/2, simply 1. Or just simply negative 1. Any number raised to 1 is simply the number. Okay? Ang haba, ano? Basta sabihin nyo na lang, J squared is equal to negative 1, tapos. Okay? Okay? Ganun lang. Pinakita pa lahat, ano? Masyadong detalyado. Okay. Basta tandaan nyo, pag j squared, negative 1 yun. Okay? So, we have here j squared. This is negative 1. Huh? Okay, again. You have your 6. Huh? It has j and j. You have to add all the real, all the imaginary. Real plus real, imaginary plus imaginary. Real. This is negative. This will become what? Negative times negative. That will just become positive, and that is 4. That is already a real number. What about here? 12j minus 2j. Of course, that is negative. No, sorry. That should be positive. Kasi mangyayari dito, this will become 12 minus 2. So that is your 10j, isn't it? So you have here 6 plus 4. That is your 10 plus 10j or j10. This will be our answer. Okay? That will be our answer. Let us convert this. Let us convert. Okay, in your calculator, mode 1 again. Mode 1. In your calculator, you press mode 1. Okay. Shift all, so we have 10, shift comma, so you have your 10, close. That will become 14.14, isn't it? What is the angle? Theta is 45 degrees. Well, this is a special triangle. If you have your 45 degrees, your x must be equal to the y component. No? Okay. Nakita ba kayo ng 45-degree triangle? No? Yung size ng two legs, equal yun. So if you have your 45 degree here, this is 45 degrees. Okay? This x portion is equal to the y portion. Okay? So, well, that is our answer already. This problem. Okay? But there is an easier way here. Take a look. There's another solution. Take a look here. These are the two vectors. We can convert this into polar forms in it. Z1 bar angle theta 1. Then we have Z2 bar angle theta 2. Okay? What you're going to do here is to multiply the magnitude. Z1 times Z2. Then what are you going to do with the angle? You have to add theta 1 plus theta 2. As simple as that. Let us apply. Let us apply. So, apply natin, ha? We already convert this, no? We just have to manipulate. Okay? Let us manipulate this one, guys. Okay, so, well, we convert already the 2 plus J4. What is that value? This one, right? The 4.47 bar angle 63.44. Okay? And then we have to multiply by 3.16 bar angle negative 18.44 degrees. So, take a look here. This is the second method. Okay? You just have to multiply this. No? The 4.47 multiplied by 3.16. You have to add the angle. Just add the angle. 63.44 plus. Well, this is negative, no? Carry over your negative 18.44 degrees. Okay? So, let us multiply. 4.47 times 3.16 equals. So this is approximately 14.14 1252. Isn't it? What about now the angle? 63.44. That will become, this will just become minus because that is positive times negative. That is negative. So put here 63.44 minus 18.44 equals, of course, 45 degrees. Isn't it that they are just the same, guys? Okay? This one is also the same as this one. Okay? Did you get that? Very easy. Okay? That's very easy, right? So, okay, which is easier? The number one solution or number two? Number one or two? Of course, this is a lot easier. This is a lot easier. No? Right? Number two solution. You just have, always remember, if you multiply two complex number or polar form, no? You have to add the angle. That is always. So therefore, what is our answer here, partner? There you are. Yun, tumatalbog-talbog pa. Pero bakit 40 to, partner? I think there is a typo error here. That is example number 3. No? Is our sample. No? 14.16 bar angle 40 degrees. This should be 45 degrees. Okay? Typo error lang po yan. It should be 45. Okay, let's go now with the conjugate. Now, what do we mean by conjugate? Okay. So I give you a shortcut, a simple technique here. If you are getting the conjugate, no? Let's say the 3 plus J2 has the conjugate of 3 minus J2. Okay? What you're going to do here, no, to get your conjugate, always remember, no? You just have to change the imaginary sign. If this is positive J2, make this negative J2. You just have to change this positive into negative. No? To get the value. Okay? So, ganun lang po yan. This positive J, make it negative J. Okay? Make it negative J. Now, what about if we have a polar form? Let's say we have here 30 bar angle 40 degrees. How to get the conjugate? How to get the conjugate? Well, the conjugate will be 30 bar angle. If this is positive 40, make it negative 40 degrees. Well, if your example is 30 bar angle negative 40, what is the conjugate? You change the negative into positive. Just change the sign, what I mean. No? Bahin mo lang yung sign, yung positive, bahin mo negative. O yung negative, gawin mo positive. Yun lang yung ibig sabihin ng conjugate. Okay, let's go now to the division of complex number. I'll show you the easier technique, no? Because this is too long if you are to get. If you are to not manipulate this using your rectangular numbers, rectangular forms, no? I'll just teach you the easier way. Okay. Our problem is this. For the division, that is 8 minus J4 divided by 2 plus J1. Okay, so we have 2 plus J1. Okay, so let's go with example number 5. Here. We have 8 minus J4. 8 minus J4, then divided by 2 plus J1. See? 2 plus J1. Huh? That is 2 plus J1. Okay. Conventionally, you have to multiply both the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. How is this? So, we have to make this positive as negative. So that will become, okay, we may erase the 1 here. So that will, the 2 plus j, it can have 2 minus j. So this is 2 minus j. See? That is multiplying by the conjugate. Remember, this will not affect the value of this complex number. Why? Because this is 2 minus j over 2 minus j. And this is just equivalent to 1, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay? That is 2 minus j and 2 minus j. At 2 minus j, 2 minus j here. Okay, I will not show you anymore because that is too long. And I think that is too much time consuming here. Right? This is being given in the licensure examination. Okay, let us have first our mode 2 in our calculator. Press your calculator in mode 2. Okay, so you input A minus J4. Okay. Or maybe, I think it's better if you manipulate this using your fraction button. Here. This one, this button. Okay, close up. Okay. That is below the CALC button in your calculator. You press this one first. You press this one first. Then you input now 8 minus J4. Okay. Then you press arrow down in your replay button to input your 2 plus your J. Okay. What will happen if you press your equals? You see? There's a syntax error. Okay? What if you input, instead of this fraction, you use the division? I mean, you input first your 8. You can make this as 8 divided by J4. Then you press now divided by, open parenthesis, 2 plus J. What will happen? Okay, so 8 minus J4 divided by 2 plus J equals. There's still a syntax error here. You cannot find, meaning you can't go directly with your calculator here. If you have to press using mode 2. Let us convert both the numerator and denominator to get this. Okay, let us convert, guys. Go to mode 1. Okay, mode 1. Shift plus. Okay, so you have your 4, shift, comma, -4. Close parenthesis. So that is equals, this is 8.2 decimal places only, 94. Bar angle, that is negative 26. No? 26 point. Can make this as 565. In the licensure exam, you can make it 2 or 3 decimal places. Okay? You can make it 2 or 3 decimal places. So negative 26.565. What about in the denominator? Let us convert. No? Shift plus, so 2, shift, comma, make it 1, close parenthesis, equals. So we have here 2.236, 236, bar angle, 26, no? 0.565, isn't it? 26.565. Okay. Take a look here, no? Take a look here. It says here, if you divide two polar forms, okay, you divide the magnitude. Okay? You see? Okay, let's divide the magnitude. Let's go directly here. Okay? So, you press now 8.94. You press divided by 2.236. Then you press equals. That is 2235 divided by 559. You press SD in your calculator. The one above the del button. The S2D. You press this. The one above the del. This one. This is your SD. SD. So that you will have your polar form. And that is around 3.998. 3.998. What about now the angle? Take a look here in our PowerPoint. What you will do here is to subtract the angle, numerator minus the denominator. Take note, you will not divide. You will subtract if you are dividing two complex numbers or polar form, no, in polar form, I mean. So, what do we have here? You have your negative 26, you input that one. Negative 26.565. 0.565. Then you press minus because you have to subtract. Minus 26.565. So, the answer would be, okay, negative 53.13. Who among you got this answer also? Raise your hand. Kita mo nga, partner. Will you thumbs up if you got this answer also? Thumbs up. Nakita mo sila sa ating Facebook viewers, no? Okay, mga kawerpa, no? So, ayan po, no? We are conducting a free restudy of electrical engineering. No? This is just an introductory information before we study AC circuit next week, no? So, we just have some review or a study of complex numbers, no? Well, for high school graduate, no, this is not a study, no. This is already a training for you, or shall we say, you have a different course, no, non-electrical courses, I mean, so or non-engineering courses. This is a different. This is not a review for you. This is a training, no? A first-hand training for you, no, first-hand study, I mean. So this is our answer, and that is nearest to what letter here? Take a look here. Okay, the answer will be letter A. Then, will you convert? Okay, sige, convert nga natin. Tama ba yun? 2.4, more or less. We are to convert this. Let us convert this one, guys. Mode 1, shift, You press now minus kasi rectangular naman, di ba? You press 3.99, then shift, comma, then you have negative 53, close parenthesis, equals. So you will see the x is 2.4 and the y, which is your j, your y is your j. Always remember that. Negative 3.18 or 3.2. That's correct. Did you get that? Did you get that, guys? Nakakuha po ba yan? Nakakuha? Okay. So that will be our topic for today. Okay? About the addition, that is what we call the arithmetic of complex numbers. Okay, guys? So, but first, before we end, we want to share to you this, we call this as energizer of the day. No? We'll be giving you some energizer or biblical verses that will become our inspiration. No? Okay? So, I think we have to make this first in English. No? It says in Psalms 49:3, my mouth shall speak wisdom, the meditation of my heart shall be understanding. Okay? In our language in Filipino, no, sa awit 49:3, ang aking bibig ay magsasalita ng karunungan at ang pagbubulay ng aking puso ay magiging sa pangunawa. Sa pangunawa. Okay, so thanks be to God mga kawerpa. That's it for today, no? But we're not yet finished actually, no? Let us read some social media comments. We're not yet finished po mga kawerpa. Hindi pa po tayo tapos, no?